Hey guys, it's Steph here. I just got home from work. It's beautiful out here and I just barely put together a flower bed behind me. This is a full shade area. I have a lot of big mature trees surrounding it. It's on the east side. I originally had some ruby slippers, oak leaf hydrangeas in here, but I realized they need a little bit more sun. The leaves would have got nice and big and lush on this bush, but I would have never seen any blooms because it doesn't get enough sunlight. So it's deep shade. The soil is pretty sandy. And so I needed some stuff in here that doesn't need a lot of sunlight. It can handle that sandy soil. Well, most of the plants in here can handle a lot of different types of soil, but they're going to be happy in this one. And so I'm going to get some blooms with these deep shade perennials. These are some of my absolute favorite all in one bed. I'm so happy with how it's turned out. And these are just really easy to grow perennials. Some of them are so tiny you can hardly see them. Those ones right there, they're actually going to get pretty big, but we'll start on this end. So I've already highlighted the Jack Frost Brunnera before, but it's still blooming. It's been blooming for at least a month, but look at that beautiful foliage. And I like this. There's so many different Brunnera, but this one stays a little bit more compact. Alexander the Great's going to get much bigger. So this only stays about 12 to 18 inches tall and wide. And then I did transplant this one. I dug it up and I put a few more over there. So they're looking a little sad. They're struggling. They don't transplant super well. They will recover, but it's not like your hostas that look the exact same. Once you lift them up out of the ground, divide them, put them in the ground, and you would have never known. So just be patient with these if you do transplant them. But they really will bloom in the deep shade. And this area dries out a little bit faster because of the sandy soil. I don't know how they do in wet, like really moist soil, but they're happy right here. And then we've got our hostas. So I've got the Paul's Glory. That's going to get about 25 inches tall, 25 inches wide. And then I love this one. I think this is the Rainforest hosta. I got it at Costco. I bought one plant and I made 3 out of them. I just loved the cute little leaves. Stays a little bit more compact. I needed something a little bit smaller in the front. So it's only going to get about 18 inches tall, 18 inches wide. And look at this cute plant right here. This is the Astilbe, and this is a dwarf variety. Look, it's already trying to put on some blooms. I didn't know they bloom this early. So I guess they come out in the early summer to summer. But I love the texture against the hostas. I think they're just such a beautiful companion plant. They've kind of got those fern-like leaves, and they're just going to give you such a cute bloom in the deep shade. So the Astilbe do like to stay moist. They can handle pretty moist areas, almost wet. So I might have to supplement water these. If I don't, the bloom just won't last as long, but they'll still provide some interest. The hostas are awesome because they like the dry shade, but they can handle some moisture. The only thing with the hostas is the slugs do tend to love them, so I'll probably have to put some slug bait down. But I've got a lot of that dwarf Astilbe right in the front, and so it will just kind of like fill in around these hostas, kind of creep under them. So I'm just gonna let them spread. These divide super easy too. This is gonna have a cute little pink bloom. And then right here, this is the Sun King Aralia. They were really small when I bought them, but these are gonna get 36 inches tall, 36 inches wide. They won't be as bright yellow in this deep shade, but they'll still give me some color. They'll be a little bit more green, but I love the texture of these with those hostas. So I've got 3 of those, another one over there. So I've never grown these, but I think they're pretty tough. They look like a shrub, but they're perennial, so you just cut them back. All of these you just kind of cut back late fall or early spring. And then right here, the white bleeding heart. My chickens were in here stomping those, but I have 3 of them. So they're gonna come around right here and fill up this space. I like putting bleeding heart in the deep shade because they hold on to their leaves a little bit longer. If they're in hotter temperatures, they're gonna go dormant earlier, and then you're gonna have a bare spot. So I find that in this deep shade spot, they are gonna stay nice and lush all the way until late summer, and I'm okay with that. I guess I could plant some coleus around it if I cut them back and I wanted to get some more plants in here, but that's what you got to sacrifice with the bleeding heart. It's so worth it. Absolutely beautiful. But then the Sun King Aralia will get kind of big and fill in the space around him. And then some more of those hostas, some more of that Brunnera. And then right here, I've got my Hellebores. And so these are so fun. They came out in March. This is what they're gonna look like for the rest of the summer. They'll just hold on to those flowers and dry up a little bit, but they keep their interest. And then you've got that nice big bold leaf. There's so many hellebores out there. I loved this variety, and so I had to buy one. This is the confetti cake, so it's a double bloom. And then these divide really easily, but they're kind of hard to find in the store. They're pretty expensive. I am gonna extend this out eventually and add some coral bells with these hellebores. But these are just so easy to grow. Love the dry shade. They don't need any sunlight, and they're gonna bloom for you. And you're gonna be really happy you put them in the ground. Look at my Japanese maple. It's taking off. This is the 3rd year, and it's put on a ton of growth. And this is a blood good. It doesn't get hardly any sun, and it's loving it here. It loves the protection. They don't necessarily need protection. My cornhole right over there, cornhole set. But it's just thriving. It does stay pretty moist here. They don't like to dry out, so make sure you put them in a spot where they're not gonna dry out. But look at it against the white brick. It gives it such beautiful color in this flower bed right here. So I cannot wait to keep you updated as this fills in. It's gonna fill in pretty quickly. The hostas grow pretty fast. I don't know about the Sun King Aralia, but I know the bleeding hearts grow really fast. And so in 2 to 3 years, this is gonna be nice and full and lush. I'm gonna have some height. I just have some of my favorites together, so I know I'm gonna love this. Well, that was a quick video, quick highlight. It wasn't so quick trying to pick out these plants and get them in the ground, but these are some of my favorites. So I'm so excited to see them fill in. Just make sure when you're at the nursery, check the labels. Have a great day gardening, and I will see you in the next one. We'll talk to you later.